So we open at a gay bar and Neil's dancing by himself. And Neil and his friends are out shimmying. And they tell him, look, if you want to get over your old man, you got to get under a new one. So Michael ain't really interested in just a plain old hookup. He wants it to be special. Yeah, special these days is hard to come by. However, the next morning, his nosy neighbor shows up and says, I just got a delivery from the drugstore. And apparently Colin's meds showed up at this heifer's house. Oh, so of course Colin is on prep, which means he's being active. So now Neil's at the gym, mad about that. He already getting new bus. So now he's on grind. And now Neil realizes, oh yeah, they want your nudes on Grindr. Which is why apps don't work for me, because I'm like, sweetie, I'm like semi-famous. I can't be doing that. And also, I know people trade those pictures like trading cards. So the next day at work, Tisha telling him about her crazy night and how her heel snapped off. Oh God, but Tyler gotta come in and be bitchy. I'm sick of him, and he ain't even cute. Just no upper lip. But everybody telling Neil that he's looking ragged about the eyes. Oh, they got a new cute client though. So later that night, him and his friend, the weatherman, is trying to come up with his Grindr handle. And his friends stay low-key reading him. However, after that, Claire calls him with an emergency, so he heads on over. So he get upstairs, and the heifer done destroyed his study because he took his new wife to meet their child. So he realizes he's the only one that she can vent to, so they have a drink and get to chatting. And she said, you know, I wish I had friends, but half of them knew about the affair and went with Henry. So the next day, Mike and Suzanne meet up for their showing, and she's showing legs and hips and body. But watch, the new client's gonna be gay and he's gonna be into Michael. Oh, God! So as they showing him the photos for the other apartments they gonna see, because he don't like this one, we get Michael's dick pic. And this is why you don't take them. So they show him the next apartment and he like it, so he gonna put in an offer. But boy, she really throwing herself at him. So as he's offering to make her a dinner after they close, the Italian businessman Paolo messages Michael on Grindr. He said, I really like that pic. I mean, it's good, but it's predictable. Child, he inviting him back to his hotel room. Michael's like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if I want to mix pussy in business. Oh, Michael reconsidered. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to walk home. Tisha, you take the car. So he heads up to the room with him. Girl, so you get all the way upstairs, then you going to say, I'm not ready for this 2 minutes in? You could have stayed in the car for that. He's like, look, let's go downstairs and have a drink. He takes his shirt off to change, and he's like, nope, I'm ready now. This is so unpassionate. It is not good. Oh, thank God they didn't drag that on. So post-coitus, they chit-chatting about the dick pic and him getting on Grindr. But now he's like, you know what? I could take an even better dick pic for you and light it at the perfect angle. So after the hookup, of course, he calls his friends to go out for a drink and celebrate his break of celibacy. Although you broke up a week ago. So yeah, that's about gay. That's about gay. So he runs into some old friends of theirs as a couple, and he realizes, oh, I guess they're Colin's friends during the breakup, and Colin's having dinner parties. Well, you getting dinner pussy. You can throw a dinner party. Stop whining. Oh, God, now he mad at his friend because he went over to Colin's for a dinner party. You can't tell grown people what to do. Besides, don't you want the infamy? Oh, God. You can't be friends with both of us. You have to pick. Girl. Fool, you are isolating yourself. He is so Carrie Bradshaw. So on the next episode, the next day, he's running with his weatherman friend. However, the weatherman wants to know, when are you and the artsy sissy gonna stop fighting? Because this is real Mean Girls. But now he gotta tell his mama that Colin left. Oh, his mama blaming him for the split. What did you do to drive him away? Lord, so while the mama berating him, she fall into one of them sidewalk hatches, just like Samantha Jones did on Sex and the City when Smith was trying to hold her hand. Oh, we're showing Claire's apartment and the artsy friend comes by and Michael's still ticked with him and I don't know why. But Claire bought some art from him. I mean, really, you already lost your man. Now you're gonna drive your friends away. So Michael walks off and Tisha's like, girl, I'm sorry. I think she tried to parent trap the situation. But his friend's like, yeah, we almost 50. We too old for this. The people looking at this apartment are rude as hell. So the artsy friend corners Michael in the kitchen and is like, are we really doing this? So they get an offer for Claire's house, so they're gonna take her to lunch and present it to her. However, Michael's still struggling for bills over the party, and Tisha said, you better ask your man for some money. I mean, he did just move out and leave you paying all the mortgage. I would be upset. However, Claire ain't taking anything a penny under asking because she's mad at her husband. Tisha got a good point. Heifer, you might be holding on to this apartment because you can't picture a new life. And what happens when you do get asked? Ain't no way you could ever see Claire in a dang loft downtown. Claire is not a loft girl. She's Upper East Side or Upper West Side. So they gonna show her a new place at 5. Oh, Lord. Before they go show the heifer the apartment, he dropped by to see his mama. And of course, Colin's there. I'm sorry, you don't get custody of my family. You gotta get out. I don't think that Colin cares. I don't know why they sending him after him. Stop browbeating people back into dead marriages. Once you move out on me for no reason, I may be upset, but ain't no coming back from that. Dang it, Michael, you should have ran his pockets when he asked you if you need anything. I'd say yes. The $75,000 I spent on that party, I really could use that check. Or you could just pay off the rest of the apartment, since you just want to walk off. See, you didn't marry his ass and now he ain't got to pay nothing. Just walking out free. Oh, God, but now he told him he got a dog and I guess he would never let them have a dog. Ooh, ain't nothing worse than that. He sounds really controlling. You couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. I do what I want. So they show Claire the apartment. She kind of like it and then they take her to some eligible men's party that the weatherman's at. Aha! So we at the party, and Tisha finally gets a moment with Claire, and they get to talk about their lives, and Tisha says, well, I really don't know exactly who my kid's dad is. It was a summer in Europe. It was one of 3 guys, and it was the 90s, so we didn't have social media. You could just disappear back then. You'd lose track of people. Claire said, oh, so your life is like that ABBA movie. And she said, yes, but my life has black people in it. Across the party, Michael's meeting the eligible gays. Lord, but now Michael whining about his dang ex-relationship and don't no new man want to hear about the old man. Meanwhile, Claire and Tisha getting closer. Tisha said, I thought you didn't like me. And she said, no, I'm just chilly with people who work for me and family and friends. That is very upper class East Coast. Emotions, really? I mean, I've thought about caring about you. That's what we'll say. I thought about caring about you, or I'm sure you'll be fine. Oh, goodness. So while Neil's making friends, he gets offered a threesome. But wait a minute, I thought these guys were single. How are they a couple, but they're supposed to be single? See, that is the new thing with all this polyamory. Like, do you live your life? I ain't judging. It's just, I meet somebody, we talking, and then it's like, oh yeah, I already have a primary, but I'm looking for, 3 extras. I'm like, I ain't got time for all that. That's too many balls in the air. So they offering him some pick-me-up bus. He should take it. They're a cute couple. Now he gonna get mad that he got offered a pity 3-way. You need one, boo. Why are you so mean? Jeez. Somebody actually was listening to your sorry problems and flirting with your dry ass, and this is the thanks they get. However, at least Claire had a good time at the party, so maybe she'll take their offer. She drunkenly agrees that she's gonna take the offer, but I don't know, she give me a backpedal and pussy pop tea. But apparently their couples therapist is also the drag queen at the party, which in New York wouldn't be that odd for me. Oh, Lord. Now he gonna go over and shade the therapist. Michael walked out on me after the session. which you said was a great step towards us falling back in love again, I think you're a better drag queen. Oh, now the therapist getting them together. He's like, look, let me tell you about that session. All we heard was you whine, and all you heard was what you wanted to hear. And yeah, you are whiny. Oh my God. Like, you're like Sarah Jessica Parker times 50. She said that's probably what was wrong with your marriage. You never let your man talk. Because I wasn't with you for 17 years, but he was. He said if you want love, you better love yourself and who still wants to be in your life. But don't lay your blame at my doorstep. So Michael realizes he better go make up with his artsy friend before he lose him. So he go to the bar that he hang out at and send him a drink. He sit down with his friend and his friend's like, look, I just went over there to try to find out what happened, to get a clue. And so we end it with Neil's getting a message from his mom, and then he sees that Colin has left the family group text. It was time. It was inappropriate for him to go over there. Well, I'm going to see you soon for something.